Welcome to our next episode of
Life in Stereo with a very sick Steve Gibbons, and I'm your host, Steven.
Well, don't say very sick.
Well, not.
He's going to make it through. Thanks, Steve.
But
Before we introduce our very special guest, we want to just say a little bit about our agency. We're coming to you live from Bloomingdale, Illinois, the Individual Advocacy Group, a day training program where Steve comes here every day, Monday through Friday, for services. And I'm a 20-year plus employee. And if people want to know about our agency, we're have homes and Scylla houses and day training centers throughout Illinois and DC and Maryland. We can go to www.iagcares.org and you can see what we do, where we do it, some upcoming things such as our September golf outing. And we also have this Saturday at the Chicago Harley-Davidson on North Avenue in Villa Park. It's a grill and chill. One of our bus driver, Larry and Michelle, they'll be doing the cooking, and all proceeds will go to IEG, thanks to the people at Chicago Harley-Davidson. Our special guest today is a bass player and founding member of America's #1 ZZ Top tribute band, established in 1992 right here in Chicago, and that'll be Ron Schneider. Thank you, Ron, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And Ron plays the part of Dusty Hill. Now, you're the original member and with the longest running ZZ Top tribute in the world, correct? See, that cough syrup's hitting me. So it is the longest running tribute, correct, Ron?
Yes, it is in the world. Thank you guys for having me this morning. I'm honored to be here. Thanks for asking.
Thank you.
We've been doing this since 1992.
Wow.
There was a band in Canada called Tres Hombres that, but they're no longer doing it. They turned into a cover band instead of a tribute band. So we have a world's longest running tribute to ZZ Top.
Okay. And according to what I read, all 50 states you've gone to?
Well, David updated our promo recently. We haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska yet.
Okay.
So 48
out of 50. That's
still something.
That's fantastic.
No, we're still missing Montana and a couple on the East Coast. So
sorry, 5 out of.
Well, a lot of travel, right?
Yeah.
A lot of travel. Because I remember when I first saw you guys, and I've seen you guys many times, and I just want to tell the audience, if you love ZZ Top, go see these guys. They're spot on to ZZ Top, just fantastic. But I remember when I first started seeing you guys around the area, you were always around here. And then all of a sudden you started doing a lot of travel. How did that come about? Just popularity? And
yeah, I mean, it was our goal to work our way up from the bar scene into the festival scene, and then casinos and fairs and theaters. We play a lot of theaters these days, and been a resurgence in refurbishing old theaters. Like everywhere we go, we play in these fantastic places, like from the early 20s.
Right. We one of our first podcasts we had was Ron Onesti of the Arcada. So
right, yeah, we had Ron Onesti on of the Arcada and Des Plaines, just like you're saying, a lot of refurbished theaters. Where else have you guys played? What are the theaters throughout the country?
The couple that really stick in my mind are we played at the Stadium Theater in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. We played that one twice, and
wow,
they've got a great volunteer base out there. It's completely refurbished. They refurbished everything except for the one bathroom, and they said that's the bathroom that Liza Minnelli used when she was here.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah,
huh?
that one from back in these are vaudeville theaters, like the Des Plaines Theater.
Yeah.
we played at Display in Theater several times. We played the Arcada, the West Bend Theater up in West Bend, Wisconsin. They were the first theater in the United States back in the late 20s to have air conditioning, and they still have they took us in the lower sub basement and showed us they still have all the mechanics of it. They used to pump in water from the river, and it was an evaporator system. You know,
Wow.
didn't have air conditioning back then as we know it. So yeah, that was their claim. They were the first air conditioned theater in the late 20s, 1920s.
Have you guys traveled? You have traveled to Europe or no? Not yet.
I'm working on a gig in Switzerland for March of 28. They wanted us for 27, but the Saturday was already filled, so they said they'd do it in 28 instead. So we're working on that one, and we've already been to this year. We've been to both coasts already. We played in Yuma, Arizona in February, and then we were in March. We were in on the East Coast in Broadbrook, Connecticut, and Auburn, Massachusetts.
Okay. Like I said, I want to tell the audience if they haven't seen you guys, you should find a place where they're going to be at, and we'll talk about your shows a little later. But people got to go see you guys. You sound and look just like ZZ Top. How long did it take you for the beard, Ron?
Well, I haven't shaved in probably 49 years. I for 7 years I kept it trimmed, and then I grew it long, and then my wife and uh, mother-in-law convinced me to trim it for our wedding several years ago, and then I grew it back out, since then. And I started the band in '92, and I haven't, yeah, I used to trim the sides, but I don't even do that anymore.
Now tell us about your musical journey, starting with the Harmony acoustic guitar I read about.
Man, I still that's still up in my attic here, actually.
Is it? Okay.
That's
And
it.
you're originally from this area, is that
Yeah, born and raised in Chicago.
okay?
We lived in Fort Wayne for a short while. My dad had a job there, so I think we were in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But then ultimately ended up back in Chicago, and
Hmm.
it all started when I was 13. They bought me a harmony guitar from Montgomery Ward's. And, you
Wow,
know,
No, yeah, nobody.
that's not even around anymore.
Do you remember that, Steve? No, Steve's only like 22, I think.
22, yeah.
22, so
But I know they were popular in the South like ages ago.
okay. He doesn't remember Montgomery Ward's, Goldblatt's, any of that, right?
Camelot music is in that same.
So,
it's yeah. So they said if I stuck with it, they'd buy me a better one. I'm still waiting for that better one, by the way. But I realized pretty quickly that my friend Rick Hensley taught me how to play. And the first time I went and sat in with his band, he taught me the bass line to uh, Louie. Pretty
sure.
basic.
Basic, yeah.
Yeah.
I went with him to his band rehearsal, and they let me sit in and just play the bass line on a guitar, and I got goosebumps, and I was hooked. Then I said, I got to do this. I have to do this. I have to be a musician. I have to play in bands, and that.
So
That's cool.
was ZZ Top your first influence when it comes to that, or when it comes to rock music and stuff, or
Yeah,
When I
what are your other influences? Sure. Good
well,
question.
my biggest influence probably was first influence was Creedence Clearwater Revival. Love,
Ooh,
oh,
nice.
yeah, loved Creedence. Still love Creedence to this day. I sat in a couple years ago with the Fortunate Sons and sang a couple when their guitarist had um some voice issues and couldn't sing, so they had some guest singers, and it was
and you were
such
one of
a
them.
And they are from this area as well. I've actually seen them also.
they're a great band.
They're really good. Yes, they are.
They've
Well,
done a lot of
there's
European.
there's another future guest group for us.
Right. There's another future guest for us. So, um, who are the current band members along with you, and have they always been with you, or have there been changes, Ron?
But yeah, there's been changes over the years. I started it myself with a drummer from another band that I was in called Triple Threat. We were just playing uh, three-piece, trio rock. We were doing a lot of ZZ Top. We were doing Cream. We were doing,
Rush.
oh, we didn't do any Rush.
Which
I'm
That'd
not.
be tough, yeah.
I'm no. Dusty Hill is pretty easy to copy, so I got like one of the easiest gigs that there is. But yeah, a booking agent said, he really needed a dependable ZZ Top tribute, and that was kind of the impetus that really started the band. So
Okay.
we found a guitar player we placed an ad in the Illinois Entertainer, and we played one the guy, and realized that it wasn't going to work out. So we went back to the drawing board, had to find another guitarist. We got on the Kevin Matthews show back in the day on AM 1000, and
Sure, yeah.
able to put out a call, say we're looking for a guitarist for our ZZ Top tribute band that we were starting. And that guy stayed with us for 29 years up until 4 years ago. His wife passed, and then he had a major health concern, and he said he was going to have to take his leave, and he wasn't sure if he was coming back or not. So I was able to get my son-in-law David Perkins to jump in, and we hit the ground running. I book about a year out, so we had a lot of gigs. I had to
Wow,
cancel.
nice, right?
about a year. Oof.
A year out, it's amazing.
We we had a bunch of gigs. I had to cancel a month's worth of gigs when when his wife passed. And understandably, yes, I told him, dude, take whatever time you need. We'll be here. If and when you're ready to come back. And that was 4 years ago. So David jumped in, and he's a graduate of the British Irish Modern Musicians Institute in Brighton, England.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He's from Grimsby, England.
Grimsby. Okay.
Okay, that's
The-
pretty impressive.
That's the fish and chips capital of the UK, by the way.
Oh,
I would have thought London would be.
Yeah, that's what I always thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so David's been with us for 4 years now. He's an exceptional guitarist, and then at the same time when the other guitarist left, the drummer decided he was done. So I got my friend of 50 years, Kelly Lawson. I tried to get Kelly in the band when I first started, but he was off doing other things, and so it was kind of nice to I called him up and asked him if he wanted to do it, and he said sure. And so David and Kelly have been in the band for 4 years,
okay.
but yeah, Kelly's the fourth drummer, and David is the third guitarist, and I'm the only bassist, and I do the singing. So we're not authentic in the fact that I do the lead singing on everything, because it's a Billy Gibbons is the front man, but
Right. For ZZ Top,
As a
yeah.
matter of fact, we have a running joke. One of our head honcho when we had our head honcho on. How long ago was that?
That was a while ago. Our CEO, Dr. Charlene Bennett, because I have this, and she was calling me, oh, there's Billy Gibbons. So it's
and yet she's gonna be there Saturday.
our running joke. So you've had a number of drummers and guitar players. You're the person from the very beginning. And let me ask you this: when you started in '92, there was a promoter that asked for a dependable ZZ Top tribute. You said,
yeah, there was a band called Trace Hombres that was doing it around the Chicagoland area, and I guess they were very difficult to work with, and they're long gone. So we took the agent up on his offer, and he
okay,
said he'd do us if, and we were already playing a lot of, me and the drummer were already playing a lot of ZZ Top, so it was a pretty easy transition,
okay,
and it took off. We slugged it out in the bars for several years, and then we tried to. It's hard to break into the local festival circuit.
that's what I was going to ask you. How long do you think it took? You said a few years before it really took off.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing that really launched us was probably about. That was then. We decided back in 20. God, was it 20? 2010, 2012. I forget the exact date, but we said we're gonna really take a stab at trying to get go national and do some traveling and stuff. And then we were fortunate enough to get chosen to appear on Access TV's World's Greatest Tribute Bands.
Whoa.
Right. I was going to ask you about that. I wanted to ask you about that. Tell me about that experience because I've seen it advertised on Facebook and many bands that they have. How was that experience, Ron?
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, to be at the Whiskey A Go Go, was
Which
and
Yeah.
it was like heaven for California people.
Yeah, just the
I mean, we're upstairs and we're thinking, with all the bands that had passed through that same dressing room, it was just blowing our minds. We couldn't believe we were actually there, and then we thought it was going to be taped, and they said, "Oh no, it's live." So,
Is
the
that
first
what it was? It was live. Okay, see.
it was live. We got to play for like 56 minutes on live TV nationally,
Wow. Okay.
and
It was on like a cable channel or something like
Access
that?
TV, yeah.
Access TV.
this, which used to be, it was the first.
Was it VH1? No.
It was the first HD channel when HDT TV became
Wow.
a thing, and then
Okay.
it was purchased by oh God, why can't I think of the guy's name? He owns a basketball team, Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban. Okay.
Oh,
He,
Dallas Mavericks.
the Mavericks owner,
Okay.
yeah.
so he bought the channel and turned it into Access TV, and became primarily a more of a music based show instead of just HD content.
I was gonna say, how many fuckers even air on Access TV anymore?
Yeah, are they still around? I don't even know, Ron.
Yeah, Access TV is still around. We were on the season 8 of World's Greatest Tribute Bands.
Hmm.
That was the final season, and that being on there really gave us a lot of national exposure and notoriety. Before that, we had done the TV. Remember the TV show on Channel 11, Wild Chicago, WTTW's Wild Chicago on Sunday nights.
Yes.
We appeared on that. We were playing for the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. We'd play their Southside chapter party every year, and they showed up there, and we ended up being on that episode. But the thing that got us, the people mentioned most to us, like for 5 years, I think it was, we were in the opening scenes of the TV show Wild Chicago, and you'd see us doing Sharp Dressed Man, where we knock our knees together at one point, and they cut
Oh,
that
for
little
the
clip in there, and people, oh, I see you every Sunday on Wild Chicago.
Why do you think ZZ Top is such a band? I wonder.
Yeah, that's they kind of, probably because of the beards. So many bikers have beards. You put a long beard on a guy like me, everybody thinks you're a biker right away. You want to try.
Okay.
and the ironic thing is that James Beard, the drummer for ZZ Top, was the only person
Yeah.
not to have a beard.
Right. He was the only James Beard without the beard. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
The guy without the beard.
Yeah, that's amazing. So they really treated you well at the Access, and you guys are. I know they had it at a couple spots, the Whiskey and another place, the Roxy maybe out there, or
Started, it was at the Roxy, or I forget the other one, but yeah, it was fantastic. I got we had made a new we decided to try to go more national.
yeah.
So we said, well, we need a new video, and we had a new drummer at the time. This is probably back in 2010, 2013, and somewhere around. I've been doing this a long time. It's hard to
Yeah.
read the dates.
Right,
So
right. I get it.
Well,
decided that we needed a new promo video, new photographs out the whole 9 yards, and we were at a studio getting headshots done, and we asked him if he knew of a videographer. We just wanted to get some basic video of the band playing, and we were very fortunate at that time to meet a filmmaker by the name of Justin Barron, and he had a vision. He didn't want to just video, he wasn't just a videographer, he was a filmmaker.
Okay.
So we met him, and then a week later, we were offered to play at Dirty Nelly's for WLUP's Loop Night concert.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah, in
Where-
Palatine, right?
Where the drive is now. That's where the drive studio is now.
And we played with the Who's tribute, Who's Who, and
Okay.
so I called the filmmaker Justin Barron, and I say, hey, are you available to shoot us for this? And he's yeah. So yeah, he shot this amazing video for us, and it took several months, a lot of editing. He had a lot of ideas. We just let him go with it, and it was probably more of a documentary type thing than it was a promo video, and it really we got a lot of attention from that, and a lot of bookings off of that video, and that led to us, appearing at the Whiskey A Go Go, and
Wow.
Whiskey A Go Go just gave us a lot of national exposure to events everywhere, in the United States. So that was very fortunate. It just happenstance that we met that guy at that time.
Now, can we still see that documentary somewhere?
Uh, that's a good question. I have to look. David's taken over our social media and our website. I used to do
Okay.
it all, and so I have to. I don't know. I'm not sure if we have it posted on there or not, but
Okay.
I'll see if I can get it up there. It's on YouTube somewhere.
Okay, somewhere on YouTube. Yeah, everything's on YouTube,
These
right?
days,
Yeah, anything we want to watch, it's on YouTube. Now, are there some of the, let's say, favorite songs that you guys enjoy doing from ZZ Top?
Well, my personal favorite is actually, it's a cover that they did, uh, called "Dust My," an old blues cover, "Dust My Broom."
Right.
That
Okay.
that song, it just it's a good barometer for me to look out in the crowd when we're playing it and see if they're into it or not.
Okay.
I love playing it, and of course, I mean Lagrange. I'll never get tired of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just listening to that before we went on air.
I've been playing Lagrange since it was a top 40 hit. So
Yeah, yeah. Everybody loves that song for sure.
gotta
Now,
keep playing.
besides the whiskey, and some of the other theaters, any of the favorite venues that you guys enjoy playing at?
Uh, yeah, I mean, we played a couple of my favorites are we played the Sky Ute Casino in Durango, Colorado for a biker event. That was fantastic. We played
Nice.
in Southern California. We played the San Diego County Fair. I think we were just in Yuma, Arizona for the second time back in February. There's another casino. Why can't I think of the name of this place now?
You guys have played so many places, it's hard to keep track. Huh?
Yeah.
We played a casino in Southern California in near Hemet, California. San Jacinto is actually where the casino. Geez, why can't I think of it? But that was another outstanding gig. We played on their outdoor stage and had thousands of people there. They said it was the biggest crowd they had since they had Kiss there. So
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, so-
Congratulations on that.
You beat out Kiss for the.
Yeah.
That's tough to do.
Now, speaking of big bands like that, you guys have shared the stage with many big names. Can you
I was just gonna
name
say
some of
that.
them?
Yeah.
early on we opened for Foghat. We played
Ooh.
with Georgia Satellites were some of the nicest guys we ever
That's
played.
ironic because
We had Brian Bassett. I don't know if he was playing guitar at the time you were with played with Foghat. We had him on a podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's their current slide guitar player. And who else was it? Oh, Ron?
Trying to remember now. There's been a lot. I mean, we've opened for Pat Travers, Molly Hatchet.
which
Nice.
again, Brian Bissett was with Molly Hatchet for a hot minute.
Right, right.
And we got back in 1999. We got invited down to Memphis by a friend of ours from our run a ZZ Top fan list. Where that talks about anything and everything about ZZ Top. And this guy Mike Crane was like the biggest ZZ Top fan. He unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, but he invited us down to Memphis, he says, I know the band and I can probably get you backstage. This is before
Wow.
meet and greets back in '99. We drive down to Memphis, me and a guitar player, and we get backstage, and there was just 17 of us backstage. They had soft drinks and chips for us, and that we were instructed that don't ask for autographs, don't ask for pictures. If they want to do it, they'll let you know. So
That's cool.
was that for just ZZ Top stuff, or was that just a random event that you guys were a part of?
it was a ZZ Top Leonard Skinner concert
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
at the Pyramid in Memphis.
Okay.
formerly the what is now that Bass Pro Shop in Memphis, I
Right,
believe.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you he's got a lot of facts he comes up with. I don't know where he gets
You
them
said
from.
1999.
He comes up
This
with the
was-
facts, you know.
When was this? This was 99, so this would have been March, probably.
It was October 30th, actually.
Okay.
Because back in February of 99, WWF hosted an event there for the St. Valentine's Day.
He knows a lot of facts there, around. Do you have any other projects besides the ZZ Top, or does that take all your time? Eliminator, do you have any other musical ventures?
No, I'm pretty much dedicated to the ZZ Top thing.
A lot. Yeah.
I picked up the six string again during the pandemic because I couldn't do any booking or anything. It was like the most frustrating, and it was kind of relaxing. So all of a sudden, this weight of all the booking and everything and running the band was lifted off my shoulders for a short time. So I started playing six string again. I may do some projects with my guitarist and his wife, which is my daughter.
Okay.
She's also a singer. She does regional musical theater.
Ah,
Cool.
So does
Excellent.
she's doing recently broke into the restaurant, the fine dining circuit, or things at restaurants. So
Okay.
we may be joining her on a few of those
I
things
was
every.
gonna say maybe we can hook her up with darn Tony Ocean at this point.
Yeah, we had Tony Ocean on a couple weeks ago. He does a lot of that with the restaurants and fine
Yeah.
dining and mostly Italian restaurants. But
But still,
before we go, Ron, can we hear about some of the upcoming shows? I'm looking forward to Friday, July 10th, 6 p.m. at the Itasca Festival in Itasca, Illinois, which is right down the street from us here. How did you get involved with Itasca? That's a good festival.
that's
Yeah, I think this is our third or fourth appearance at that one over the years. I mean, we've been doing this for 34 years, so
Yeah.
yeah.
we're happy to return it. Yeah, it's always been a good festival for us. We're in Milton, Wisconsin on July 3rd. I don't think that's on the website, but July is very busy for us. June's kind of slim, but
July is
July and August are heating up pretty much for us.
We have July 11th at the Cedar Creek Winery in Martinville, Indiana.
Yeah, that's our second appearance there.
Okay. July 17th, Naperville Night Concerts. That's always a big crowd, right?
in Naperville, probably.
In Naperville, right? It's a
That's
huge
our,
crowd.
our second time playing in Naperville, so it's a local gig for us. Yeah, you think I would have had the list of all my gigs right here as I'm talking, but I didn't.
That's okay.
But
And then we have I don't know how to pronounce it, Labadee Rib Fest, July 23rd.
Yeah, that's northeast of Detroit.
Okay, wow, okay, a little travel. Then we got Lovis Park, July 25th. Nico's Red Mill Tavern on August 8th in Woodstock.
oh, Woodstock. Okay.
Then we have the famous Poopies on September 26th in Savannah. That's got to be
Georgia.
that's got to be a wild. No, that's in Savannah, Illinois. It's on
Oh.
that's got to be a wild crowd, I would imagine, at Poopies, right?
Poopies is always a good time for us. We always have a good crowd there, and at one point we you could buy a T-shirt. The former owner took a picture of us playing, and then we ended up on one of the Poopies T-shirts on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
with us playing on it. So, and I never did get one of those shirts. I got to see if I can get one this time.
And great burgers there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And the last one I see, December 28th at the Sandwich Opera House, another one of those refurbished type of theaters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're at Chicago Harley October
Oh,
21st. I think it's a
Which-
Wednesday. I think that's the right date.
I don't think that's. Wait,
yeah, they have bike nights on Wednesday nights.
oh,
Right?
yeah, that's ironically we're
Yeah, that's where we were just talking about. That's where we'll
be Saturday.
Saturday. So that's cool. All right, well, Ron, we wanted to thank you. And again, everybody, please, if you like ZZ Top, go see Eliminator. They're fantastic. And go to their website, Facebook, etc., to see the dates that we just talked about. And we loved having you on, Ron. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
That's eliminatorband.com is where you can find us.
All right. Thank you, Ron. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. Thank you. We'll see you in Itasca.
All right, yeah, come up and say hi, please.
I will.
You going to that show, Steve?
Yes, I will come and say hello. Thank you, Ron.
We'll see you
Bye-bye.
then. Bye.